This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This is, of course, the #1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, episode 180, part number 3 for July 30th, 2017. I want to thank everybody for joining me on parts 1 and 2, where we discussed Seth Rollins, The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and Jason Jordan. Big plans for all men involved for SummerSlam. So if you guys want to hear their plans, which right now are tentative, and what's being rumored, that is on part 1. Part 2, we talk about the rumor of the WWE bringing back the Superstar Shakeup after SummerSlam. So I give you my thoughts and opinions on that, my early thoughts and opinions on that. So if you guys want to hear any of that, those videos will be linked in the video that you're watching right now within that annotation that you see in the top right corner of the screen. If you guys want to check out anything else, we got some Call of Duty gameplays. We got Monday Night Raw. We got SmackDown Live. All that stuff is also within the annotation that you see in the video that you're watching right now. Please follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below and make sure that bell is turned on and make sure that you have it checked for all notifications to come through on your PC or mobile device. Thank you guys so much for a great weekend of Off the Script. Let's get right into it, man. I got news on Shane McMahon and what his potential role at SummerSlam will be. Shane McMahon, his opponent revealed for SummerSlam 2017 with an interesting twist by X-Pac, Sean Waltman, that he discussed on his podcast. At WWE Battleground, Kevin Owens reclaimed the United States title from AJ Styles after losing it to him during a live event at Madison Square Garden a few weeks ago. That we know. However, Chris Jericho made his return to SmackDown Live, forced a triple threat match, and AJ Styles capitalized on the opportunity to regain the United States title less than 48 hours after losing it. Suffice to say, Kevin Owens had a crazy week. Kevin Owens has already demanded his rematch with AJ Styles, which will take place next week on SmackDown Live. It seems that will be the end of the rivalry between him and AJ Styles, unless WWE officials have another title change planned for SummerSlam. Jericho's return has the WWE Universe wondering if their rivalry will continue, but it seems that WWE officials are planting the seeds for Kevin Owens to feud with another big name on SmackDown Live. It's been reported that Kevin Owens is expected to blame Shane McMahon for his recent misfortune, and the two will begin a feud of their own over the next few weeks. Obviously, this should lead to McMahon versus Owens at SummerSlam, which would be great for both men during the biggest party of the summer. Since returning to WWE, Shane McMahon has been a part of 3 matches. He's faced AJ Styles, The Undertaker, at WrestleMania, and now rumored to be going one-on-one with Kevin Owens at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. Shane O'Mac has also been in the ring with Owens during the 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match last year. McMahon vs. Owens would be a great feud since Owens is a full-blown heel and Shane McMahon clearly is a fan favorite and a babyface, which would be the first for him since his WWE return. The brutal style of Kevin Owens will be a new challenge for Shane McMahon. Owens being featured in a big-time match with McMahon at SummerSlam will be an honor for him as one of WWE's top heels. Yes, it will, but there is an underlying issue here that nobody seems to be recognizing. A feud between the two men will be very compelling for the fans, It will be one of the top rivalries heading into the biggest party of the summer. The only question is if WWE officials will pull the trigger on this feud. Now, there is a nice little observation from X-Pac on his podcast. X-Pac provides some interesting insight into the Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon rumors. Sean Waltman was recently a guest on WrestleZone Daily. He spoke with a wide variety of topics about the current WWE product and the latest news in wrestling. One of the topics he spoke about was the rumored match between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. After their interaction on SmackDown Live this past week, it looks like fans could be seeing these two face off as soon as SummerSlam. X-Pac shared an interesting tidbit of information about the match. He says he saw Shane a few weeks ago, and he looks to be back in ring shape and ready for a match. This is what Sean Waltman had to say, and I quote, "About 2 weeks ago when I saw Shane on TV, I said he's getting ready for a match. I could tell by looking at him. He's back in that kind of similar shape he was in at WrestleMania." He also says it will be good if it happens. And I quote, "If they have a match, it'll be a good match. They'll make sure nothing is left to chance with it." This might be a giant hint that Shane will be returning to the ring at SummerSlam. WWE has several weeks to go to build up the conflict between Owens and Shane McMahon. They got 4 weeks left to go. We will have to wait and see what... Actually, 3 weeks, I'm sorry. We will have to wait and see what happens. Now, I don't mind the dynamic between Owens and Shane McMahon. In fact, I think it could be some of the best stuff that we see on SmackDown Live this summer. That's no question. The one thing that boggles my mind is you already have not enough room for several talents on SmackDown Live. But WWE is quick to sell Shane McMahon to the WWE Universe in a match with Kevin Owens. Meanwhile, taking a spot on SummerSlam's card away from one of the full-time talents that is there every single night, every house show, 300 days a year. That's pretty pathetic, man, that you still need to go to Shane McMahon to try and get him on the show to sell SummerSlam as a big deal. You don't need to dip into the cookie jar that is Shane McMahon. You don't. Now, I give WWE credit. I'm not really going to bitch and complain about it. I'm just giving you the reality of it. I really am. Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, this has been teased once or twice before. And it's a match that gets a lot of people thinking, you know what? Kevin Owens could bring out a very, very brutal style in Shane McMahon. It's going to be a fucking fight. It's going to be a fight. But Shane McMahon on the card when you already don't have a Rusev, you don't have a Luke Harper, you don't have a Dolph Ziggler, you don't even have a fucking Sasha Banks. You don't even have an AJ Styles booked for a fucking match at SummerSlam. Right now, the rumored card for SummerSlam is as follows. And it's already stacked just by this rumor. What is confirmed so far is Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe for the WWE Universal Championship. Fatal 4-way for the Universal Championship. Jinder Mahal going up against either Shinsuke Nakamura or John Cena or both. It's being rumored that a promotional poster for SummerSlam already leaked or potentially leaked what SmackDown's WWE Championship match could be. And it features both John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura with Jinder Mahal. So we don't even know that yet. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, rumored. Speculation right now based on their backstage argument on SmackDown Live. Confirmed, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship. Confirmed, Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Pretty much all but confirmed. New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. More than likely we're getting a rematch. WWE hasn't featured any other tag team on SmackDown Live, so I don't see why this wouldn't be the match. You know, this is another speculation that we discussed on part 1. Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This is speculation from fans. The Revival, the Hardys, and Anderson and Gallows could be added to the mix potentially. I don't want to see more multi-person or multi-team matches. Let's keep it to traditional tag team matches and one-on-one matches. The only match I want to see a fatal 4-way or multi-person match is the one you already have confirmed with the Universal Championship. That is it. Speculation, like we discussed on part 1 as well. The Miz will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan is on Miz TV this coming Monday, and there is some speculation that that segment could turn into a program between the two. AJ Styles isn't even on the card. Speculation at this point is that AJ Styles, once done with Kevin Owens, once he retains the United States Championship from Kevin Owens, that AJ will issue an open challenge at SummerSlam. This is one that we don't really have any idea of right now. If AJ does move on from Kevin Owens, I don't see who else would be in line for a United States Championship. I don't see the build there after 2 weeks, right? There'll only be 2 weeks left after this coming SmackDown. He's got Owens this week, and then after that, there's only 2 weeks left till SummerSlam. So I don't know what WWE's going to do. It'll probably be too soon to get Rusev into the mix. There really is nobody else in line for a United States Championship match unless WWE really does the open challenge. You know, and who takes the open challenge? Sami Zayn? Could we see Sami Zayn? Could we take Rusev for the open challenge? What about a returning Shelton Benjamin? Rumors going around that WWE could potentially sign Shelton Benjamin before SummerSlam. That he was in negotiations. Ryan Satin pretty much said all is but confirmed that Shelton Benjamin is going to be returning to SmackDown Live. That a contract and a deal is done. Can we see Shelton Benjamin challenge for the United States Championship in an open challenge against AJ Styles? Imagine a match that those two guys can put on. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, all but confirmed from what we've seen on Monday Night Raw so far. Pretty much a guarantee. Neville versus Akira Tozawa versus Arya Daivari for the Cruiserweight Championship. That is being speculated right now. So, I don't know why Arya Daivari's in the mix. We got to get Akira Tozawa and Neville one-on-one. That'll probably be the pre-show match for SummerSlam, being that the pre-show will probably be 2 hours. 5 to 7, and then SummerSlam 7 to 11. Big Cass versus The Big Show, all but confirmed. We got the Hardys, the Revival, and the Club mixed in to a little mini angle or feud going on right now. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, not on the card. Rumored to be going against Tamina and Lana. Great Khali versus Randy Orton. What do you do with Randy Orton? It's unreal how many talents are not on the show right now. Randy Orton, Charlotte, Becky, the Hardys, the Revival, right? And then you got Sasha Banks, Rusev, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler. How many fucking talents aren't on the show? That's a problem. That is a big issue for WWE. I don't know how you can leave that type of talent off the show. It's amazing to me. And then you want to add Shane McMahon to a match, potentially with Kevin Owens, taking a spot away from somebody else? See, this is why the WWE, this is the worst thing about the brand split. This is the worst thing about the brand split. It makes these pay-per-views, it makes WrestleMania and SummerSlam, you know, it just puts WWE in this notion that they got to get everybody on the fucking card, which means WWE gets lazy, which means they want to put everybody in multi-person matches. Six-pack challenges, fatal 5-ways, fatal 4-ways, triple threats, battle royals, which means the pre-show becomes just unbearable to watch. It's too fucking long. The overall event is just too long mixed in with the pre-show. 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. because you know WWE's going to go over that 11 o'clock hour. That is way too much wrestling. That's 6 hours of fucking wrestling. It's way too much. It's way too much. I'm sorry. WWE needs to get a better plan in motion here to make these shows a little bit easier on the viewer. Because I know the people there, you know, 6 hours you think you're getting your money's worth, but by hour 3, 3.5 hours, hour 4, you're ready to go the fuck home. So, the one thing that I see coming out of this Shane McMahon-Kevin Owens match is, yeah, it's going to be a good match. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, it will provide us with good television for the remaining 3 weeks of build for SmackDown Live going into SummerSlam. But Shane McMahon on a card in the summer of 2017, when realistically he doesn't need to be there, ultimately taking a spot away from somebody else, I don't know, man. Is it really necessary? Is it really fair? I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about that. But all arrows are pointing towards Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon at SummerSlam. The storyline makes sense. It's easy. It's quick to pick up. Kevin Owens feels slighted, right? He was forced to be put in a triple threat match with Chris Jericho and AJ Styles after immediately winning the WWE United States Championship. He lost the championship. in what he deems unfair circumstances. The only person that he's going to take it out on is Shane McMahon, because Shane McMahon booked the match. Can't take it out on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's not an active wrestler. He could, but Shane McMahon's going to be the one to step in and shut Kevin Owens' mouth. It's going to be interesting. I just don't think Shane McMahon right now, with the way SummerSlam is and with the amount of talent that they have on both rosters, is needed right now for SummerSlam. So let me know what you guys think about that. Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens being booked for SummerSlam 2017. I want to talk about Kevin Owens and AJ Styles once again here. More details on what happened with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens at Battleground. Now, as I noted in the SmackDown Live review, the smart money betting odds came in for Battleground on Sunday, shortly after the show went live. AJ Styles was heavily favored to defeat Kevin Owens to retain the United States Championship. Styles was actually under 49.50 favorite to go into that match with Kevin Owens at the pay-per-view. Owens was the underdog at plus 16.50. As seen at the event, Owens ended up beating Styles to win the United States Championship for a third time. The finish of the match saw Owens roll Styles over while in a crossface submission hold as the referee, who was groggy after taking a referee bump, counted the pinfall. Fans in attendance noted on social media that Styles was in the ring when Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers took place backstage. He also knocked over a ring step, I guess out of frustration, because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. As a result of the odd finish, there was some speculation that Styles might have gotten his shoulder up in time and that he may have only heard the referee count twice. Referees are instructed to call the match like a shoot, which would have resulted in a 3 count and ultimately the championship change. Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live that the correct superstar ended up winning the match, but the finish was changed after the match had started. Alvarez would go on to say that the finish was changed in the middle of the match and not at the end. That's kind of ridiculous there, man. So the only one who knew anything was the referee with the earpiece. He had to relay it to Kevin Owens and AJ Styles in some way during the match. Things were chaos backstage, and that Owens and Styles had to come up with a new finish on the fly, and that is likely the reason why things got awkward towards the end of the match. So maybe the referee didn't even get wind of the ending, because I know everybody wears an earpiece. The referees probably didn't even know what the ending was, and Owens and Styles had to come up with a different ending. The original winner was still to be Kevin Owens, but they didn't know how they were going to go about it. That's why it looked very confusing when we watched it live on pay-per-view. So either way, Kevin Owens apparently, according to plans, was the original winner of the match. But WWE ultimately took the title off of him. I don't know why they hot potatoed the title. I really don't. It is what it is. I don't like that type of situation where WWE, you know, for the fuck of it, just to fuck with the bookmakers or the bookies and the odds makers, you know, take the smart money and say, fuck you to smart money, we're gonna show you. Kevin Owens wins the match, and then, you know, AJ Styles just goes right back to SmackDown Live and takes the belt off Kevin Owens anyway, flip-flopping the title in a span of 3 weeks. So you had AJ win the title at Madison Square Garden, Kevin Owens wins it at Battleground, AJ Styles wins it on SmackDown. I don't like that, man. Title changes like that don't excite me whatsoever. At all. Should have kept it on Kevin Owens to begin with. Don't even know why AJ Styles was the United States Champion. But we got to live with it right now. And hopefully they do something good with AJ Styles at SummerSlam. Because having him not in a key feud at SummerSlam is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But we could get the open challenge. You know, I don't see Shinsuke Nakamura losing. I don't. A multitude of things could happen. We could get Shinsuke Nakamura beating John Cena and go on to fight Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, which I really don't want. John Cena can then go on to have the open challenge with AJ Styles at SummerSlam, which is kind of boring. So I think WWE, just for the sake of being fresh, I think they're going to give us a triple threat match at SummerSlam with Shinsuke Nakamura and John Cena. Somehow the match on Tuesday is going to end in a bullshit finish. Neither man is going to lose. And then we're going to get a cash-in on SummerSlam evening in the world title match with Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena, which would obviously be the right decision to do because, to me, Shinsuke Nakamura should not be defeated yet. He's only seen 4 months on the main roster. I think a loss right now is not the way to go for Shinsuke Nakamura. Just pull the same card you did with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31, where you didn't want to pin Roman Reigns, you didn't want to pin Brock Lesnar, right? So they pinned Roman Reigns with Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. He just ultimately made it a triple threat match. In this case, it'll be Baron Corbin making it a fatal 4-way and pinning either Jinder Mahal or John Cena in that match to win the WWE Championship. So then AJ Styles is left without an opponent, which to me, I think Shelton Benjamin would slide right on in there if he is indeed signed. Rusev, you could probably slide Rusev in there. He could be the open challenge. I think AJ Styles versus Rusev would be an interesting match for SummerSlam if they want to do the open challenge route. Or Sami Zayn. There was rumors going around this weekend that Sami Zayn was in line for a big push after SummerSlam. That WWE's finally going to give him his due diligence. So I don't know. We could see AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. I'd love to see that match. I think those guys can tear the fucking house down on SummerSlam weekend, if given the opportunity. So there's a lot of moving parts right now. But AJ Styles is the United States Champion. Kevin Owens probably going to be matched with Shane McMahon. AJ Styles right now without an opponent at SummerSlam, with a huge question mark looming over his status for August. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of SummerSlam, I want you guys to make sure you are all aware that my coupon code is still active for SummerSlam. JD17 at checkout on barbershopwindow.com, being that we're talking about SummerSlam here. Lots of SummerSlam news, man. So if you guys want your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Enter the coupon code JD17 at checkout for 20% off. The JD is Negan t-shirt, still a hot seller. The JD is Negan Get Off My TV hit list shirt with Lucille, that's on there. Roman Reigns, Eva Marie, Dana Brooke, Big Show, all Get Off My TV candidates on t-shirts. They got their own shirts. You guys want the Goon City t-shirt, the original gray Off the Script logo t-shirt, all there, man. So make sure you guys are prepared for SummerSlam. Make sure you guys, if you're going to come meet and greet me at SummerSlam and SummerSlam weekend, I want to see everybody meeting and greeting with an Off the Script t-shirt, man. That's barbershopwindow.com/offthescript and enter coupon code JD17 at checkout for 20% off your entire purchase, man. Do it now, and make sure you guys are prepared for SummerSlam. We only got 3 weeks left to go. Speaking of SummerSlam, more news on the biggest party of the summer. SummerSlam's poster may have spoiled plans for one of the main events. The poster for this year's SummerSlam is online, and it kind of gives away plans for what they have lined up for SmackDown Live and the main event for SmackDown Live. We already know who will be in the Universal Championship match, and that is shown on the poster. The same goes for Raw and SmackDown's Women's Championship matches. However, John Cena, Jinder Mahal, and Shinsuke Nakamura are featured on the poster, so that could mean that the plan for Mahal is to defend against Cena and Nakamura in a triple threat match, or the less likely scenario, Cena will be added to the Universal Championship match with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Samoa Joe. Right now, this is all that we have confirmed for SummerSlam once again. Lesnar, Reigns, Joe, Strowman, Universal Championship, main event. Jinder Mahal versus the winner of John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura. Whether it's a triple threat match, we will find out by the decision of Tuesday's main event. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship. Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That is all that is confirmed right now for SummerSlam. But I do think WWE is going to head towards a triple threat match with Cena, Nakamura, and Jinder Mahal. And then, to me, I think the perfect opportunity to maintain Baron Corbin's momentum, to keep Shinsuke Nakamura undefeated, is we see Baron Corbin cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam, making it a fatal 4-way by pinning either John Cena or Jinder Mahal to win the WWE Championship, and I think that's the best situation there. As far as the other Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Carmella, I think she will cash in on a weakened Naomi at SummerSlam, making Carmella the new Women's Champion as we exit SummerSlam on that Sunday night. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So, a lot of interesting developments right now for WWE. There's a lot of moving pieces, like I said. After Tuesday, we will have another huge piece to the puzzle, possibly with Nakamura and Cena. We're going to get a determination on where they're going to fit into SummerSlam, and probably AJ Styles as well. More than likely going to retain the United States Championship, and we're going to find out what's going to happen with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon if that is where WWE is leading. Because I'm assuming after Tuesday night, with that United States Championship match, we're going to have a better idea as to where Kevin Owens and AJ Styles are going to be on SummerSlam's card. Huge update regarding Brie Bella's WWE comeback. Brie Bella officially retired as an active performer from the WWE after WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. Since her retirement from the ring, she's embraced her life outside of wrestling and recently gave birth to her first child with Daniel Bryan earlier this year. Since leaving the ring, she continued her work on Total Divas and with WWE, but there have been some rumors about Brie Bella training for a comeback back to the WWE. Shortly after the birth of her daughter, Brie Bella naturally began getting back in shape. However, it was made clear that she was specifically trained to get back inside a WWE ring someday. Until recently, that date wasn't clear, but the door has remained open for Brie Mode to return to WWE anytime soon, especially with Bryan's role as the GM of SmackDown Live and Nikki Bella still wrestling under the Blue brand. However, Brie Bella revealed bigger details about her plans for a WWE comeback during her appearance at Comic-Con in San Diego. She revealed that she began training for a return to the ring as soon as her doctors cleared her to do so. As of this writing, Brie is expecting to make a return to the WWE sometime in 2018. It's unclear if she would be returning full-time or just for an event like WrestleMania. The WWE Universe would most likely be thrilled to have the Bella Twins reunite on WWE programming on SmackDown Live. I don't know about you guys. Probably not. My opinion, I could care less. I really don't care. It's unclear if Brie Bella would return on a part-time basis, but it seems that both of the Bellas are committing to that schedule with WWE. Nikki Bella hasn't been seen since WrestleMania 33 due to neck issues, and her WWE return is imminent. Brie's schedule would likely be very similar. Brie and Nikki Bella are likely to have some kind of reunion as a tag team on the grandest stage of them all or at SummerSlam. However, the extent of Brie Bella's comeback will be determined by how much time she wants to spend on the road and if her body can handle wrestling. It will be interesting to watch her training develop over the rest of 2017 and to see if Brie Mode does return. I'm thinking either WrestleMania or SummerSlam in 2018. But either way you look at it, having Nikki Bella and Brie Bella back is definitely going to give a nice shot in the arm to the women's division on SmackDown Live. Whether you like them or not, they are definitely capable of going in the ring. So having them back on SmackDown Live is going to make that women's division all that much better, and that's all I care about. Because outside of what we got right now, from what we see, Lana and Tamina are wastes of roster space. Charlotte, Becky, Carmella, and Natalya and Naomi right now are the only things going on SmackDown Live. You add Nikki and Brie Bella to that, it makes it a lot better than what we're getting right now. So just keep that in mind. One of the most interesting dynamics will be Daniel Bryan's status with the company as well, because it's being reported that he's likely to leave WWE in 2018 and try and wrestle again for another promotion. That could have a big impact on Brie Bella's future with WWE, so the fans have a few stories to watch develop going into the turn of the new year. Very interesting, man. I'm not a fucking soothsayer. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going on with Daniel Bryan. I'm going to leave that be. Only person that knows what's going on with Daniel Bryan and what he wants to do is Daniel Bryan. But as far as Brie Bella coming back, yeah, I could see that for WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan's contract isn't up until the fall of 2018. I can certainly see Brie Bella making a return to WWE, training, staying home with the kid right now, Birdie Joe, making sure, everything is right at home, training while home, being off the road, come back for that big WrestleMania match, that big WrestleMania payday, and then take it from there and see if she wants to continue on with the WWE following WrestleMania 34. So that's the most likely scenario for Brie Bella, but having Nikki and Brie back on SmackDown Live, definitely a positive more so than a negative. I know some of you guys might not care for either one of them. Me, I'm looking at the bigger picture. SmackDown Live and Monday Night Raw in general, both women's divisions need a nice shot in the arm. Both tag team divisions need a shot in the arm. Having Brie and Nikki back is the shot in the arm that SmackDown could use for the women's division, having them both back. So that's the update right now on Brie Bella making her return to WWE. Jinder Mahal dropping the WWE title very soon. Rumor on who will be the next champion. This is some interesting news. I want to drop some news on you guys. Also, still active for all new listeners, Audible is still offering you guys 30 days free to try their service out with one free audiobook of your choice. And all new listeners, man, this is a great fucking deal because you're getting something for free just for listening to the show this weekend. All you got to do is go to audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys enter the appropriate information and then you're on your way to downloading your free audiobook. If you guys got iPhone or Android devices, you're good to go. All you got to do is download the app. You can start listening right away. If the service is not for you, if you guys come to the conclusion that you don't want the service, you can cancel within the 30 days anytime you want. But all you got to do is get the audiobook for free, audibletrial.com/offthescript. It's a great way to support the show while doing that. And Justin Roberts' new book is lighting up the wrestling world, man. Justin Roberts explains what Vince McMahon did to him, what Triple H did to him, what Kevin Dunn did to him, the inside political bullshit that happens within the WWE for someone who was there for 10 years. He goes over what they changed as far as his ring announcing goes, how he felt announcing the Brock Lesnar-Undertaker decision at WrestleMania 30. So much interesting information from that audiobook, man. So if you guys want to go listen to that and have Justin Roberts narrate it for you, unbelievable shit, man. You guys can get that for free, as well as Daniel Bryan's book, Shawn Michaels, Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, Steve Austin. Everything you need is on there, man. If you guys don't want any wrestling-related content, you guys got over 180,000 books to choose from as well. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Jinder Mahal at WWE Backlash became the WWE Champion after defeating Randy Orton. The win was a huge shock to the WWE Universe because Mahal had been a jobber only a couple of weeks prior to his title victory over Orton. And you wonder why I can't stand Jinder Mahal. Or I can't believe in Jinder Mahal. Since then, he's carried the WWE title through a long rivalry with Randy Orton that will culminate, or that did culminate rather, in the first Punjabi prison match in over a decade at WWE Battleground. The biggest reason why WWE officials booked Jinder Mahal to win the WWE title and hold the title for this long is to expand into the Indian market. I have a lot of Indian fans that listen to this show. A lot of you guys tell me that Jinder Mahal isn't really well liked in your country. That you guys there see the fans kind of flocking more to the John Cenas and the Sasha Banks and the Roman Reigns. Jinder Mahal really isn't well liked over there, or the fans over there really don't care for Jinder Mahal. So WWE booking Jinder Mahal to win the WWE Championship and, push him as the guy to do business in India. Meanwhile, I got fans firsthand who live there who kind of get the feeling that Jinder Mahal really is not cared about by the fans who watch the WWE. So then WWE brings in the Great Khali to try and capitalize and get Jinder Mahal's name out there even more, because Great Khali, to the people over in India, is somewhat a hero. He's this larger-than-life athlete that people flock to. He's like a movie star in India. And then those same people telling me that you guys don't even care for the Great Khali either. So what is WWE doing in India? Are they doing anything substantial in India? This is why I went on a venomous rant on Tuesday night. I don't care about India. I don't care about the business that WWE is doing in India. I don't see any substantial business in India. All I see is WWE holding the WWE title captive, and you're making it the second most important title on SmackDown Live, the third most important title in the company. Because Jinder Mahal is a failure. Jinder Mahal has not done anything to bring prestige to the WWE Championship. In fact, he's done everything and done everything he possibly could to bring negative to the WWE Championship. He's not doing anything with it. Now look at AJ Styles. I use this as a comparison because AJ Styles is the US champion. Jinder Mahal is the WWE champion. Now, if Jinder Mahal was so great, he would elevate the WWE Championship. He has not. He's brought it down. He's made it the second most important title on SmackDown Live. The United States Championship is the most important title on SmackDown Live because of who holds the title. The United States Championship has been mid-card for a long while. Kevin Owens didn't do anything with it. Chris Jericho didn't do anything with it. Roman Reigns didn't do anything with it. He barely defended the fucking title when it was on Monday Night Raw. But AJ Styles, just based on who he is, just by him holding that title and doing whatever with the title, I don't know what he's doing at SummerSlam, but AJ Styles, in the caliber of superstar that he is, he elevates the title because of him. Jinder Mahal does not. AJ elevates, Jinder fucking has the WWE Championship descending into the depths of hell. He's garbage. He's a failure. The experiment that is Jinder Mahal is a fucking failure, and hopefully it ends at SummerSlam. But WWE rumored to be taking the title off of him very soon. Now, It's being reported that WWE officials could be pulling back on Jinder Mahal's push going forward. A big indication for what they will do if they take the WWE Championship off of him over the next month. Mahal will most likely retain, or did rather, against Randy Orton at Battleground with the help of the Great Khali. But it's also highly unlikely that Jinder will walk out of Brooklyn with the WWE Championship on his shoulder. There's a lot of speculation regarding Mahal's next rival after Randy Orton. But John Cena continues to be rumored even now that he's in a match with Shinsuke Nakamura to determine Mahal's next opponent. People are still reporting that it's going to be John Cena and Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. A new report is claiming that John Cena is expected to be the opponent and is expected to win his 17th world title from Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. However, Baron Corbin is expected to cash in immediately afterward. It was reported shortly after Baron Corbin won the Money in the Bank briefcase that he would not cash in the contract until Jinder dropped the WWE title to a babyface. If these creative plans are right, the title will be dropped to Cena, and then Corbin will be the one to leave SummerSlam as the WWE Champion, something that I predicted ever since Baron Corbin won the WWE Money in the Bank briefcase. On paper, Cena versus Corbin could be the rivalry for WWE title going forward on SmackDown Live. The main event push for Jinder Mahal may end there, but he's unlikely to slide all the way down to the bottom of the WWE ladder again. He will likely become a strong mid-card heel that WWE can still market to India as long as they want to do so. Unless something big changes, Mahal will drop the title very, very soon, likely at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. At that point, I wouldn't mind Jinder Mahal going after the United States Championship because it would actually fit his character a little bit more with the whole gimmick and shtick that he's doing. But it remains to be seen if AJ Styles will be the United States Champion coming out of SummerSlam. So we don't know what's happening yet. You know, with WWE, if Mahal drops the title, he's probably going to be in line for another title shot, being that he got screwed or gets screwed out of the title, because you know WWE has those rematch clauses. So we might see Jinder hang around the main event scene for a month or two after SummerSlam and then slide down just slightly to the mid-card, which will make him a perfect candidate for the United States Championship. But like I said earlier, if WWE's going to go the triple threat route, which to me is the most likely scenario, because you can't lose. Nakamura can't lose on Tuesday. You know, God forbid John Cena beats Shinsuke Nakamura. I think the internet will fucking spontaneously combust on Tuesday night. I'm not going to say a goddamn fucking word. I would not be surprised if WWE does that. But I think the likely scenario is a triple threat match with Baron Corbin cashing in, making it a fatal four-way, picking his opportunity at the right time, and pinning either John Cena or Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, keeping Shinsuke Nakamura undefeated on the main roster with SmackDown Live. That's the most likely scenario. But we'll see what happens. The only other scenario is Shinsuke Nakamura beats John Cena clean with the Kinshasa. John Cena then challenges for the United States Championship and AJ Styles, because that was already teased. And then Shinsuke Nakamura goes on to challenge Jinder Mahal. And then we still get the cash in from Baron Corbin. Because I don't want to see Shinsuke Nakamura win the WWE Championship. Not yet, anyway. Make it interesting. You know, Baron Corbin cashes in on Jinder, makes it a triple threat match, pins Jinder for the WWE title. Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin battle it out for the WWE Championship going forward. Nakamura eventually wins the WWE Championship. AJ Styles goes into the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble. Nakamura is the WWE Champion going into WrestleMania. We still get AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus each other at WrestleMania 34 for the WWE Championship. Those are the only likely scenarios to come out of that. So I don't know if WWE's thinking that far down the road. I just laid out pretty much all possible scenarios for you right there. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting on Tuesday. Like I said, the biggest piece to the puzzle will be filled in following Tuesday's edition of SmackDown Live. Going to be very interesting, to say the least. We got news here. I got something interesting here, man. I want to go over this. You guys know that I am a big critic of the product, whether they do something right or whether they do something wrong. Eric Bischoff explains the one big change that he would make to the WWE. And I want to read this to you. On a recent episode of Bischoff on Wrestling, Eric Bischoff answered some fan questions. During the podcast, Eric was asked if he was in charge of WWE at the moment, what is one thing he would change about the product? As many fans know, Bischoff has a ton of experience in the wrestling business. He makes a good point about making the current product feel more unpredictable so fans don't skip episodes. This is what he said, and I quote, "The only thing for me, and this is just preference, it's just taste, I would endeavor to produce my shows in a way, particularly Monday Night Raw, in a way that just had a little bit more grit. It was a little less polished. I would work pretty hard, pretty consistently to try to create the impression and try to build the anticipation with the audience that anything could happen. It doesn't mean that anything can happen on every episode because you can't sustain that. If you create that feeling, subliminal as it may be sometimes, that you can't afford to miss an episode because there is a chance something crazy could happen and you don't want to miss out on that, if you can establish that consistently with the audience and then deliver on it as often as possible, that's when you create that kind of water cooler type buzz that people used to have. Now it's social media chatter after the show. Buzz is buzz wherever it is. That's how you create it. That's how you create must-see TV, is by creating that relationship with the audience where they believe your product could have something actually occur that they never would have anticipated. Right now, to me, because of my taste, the WWE is such a polished and perfect production that I lose that sense that anything can happen because they won't let it. If they do create it, it's so perfectly and flawlessly executed that it doesn't feel like something wasn't supposed to happen." That is what Eric Bischoff said he would change. And I absolutely agree. What I get out of all that is that WWE, down to the very last detail, they want everything to be scripted down to the fucking last second of that show. They want to control everything. They don't want to surprise the fans at all. I think the show needs to feel more organic. It needs to feel real. When I watch Monday Night Raw, I see overly produced and not authentic. That's what I see when I watch Monday Night Raw. That's what I see when I watch WWE in general. Nothing feels organic to me. Nothing. And if something feels organic, WWE tries to cut it down or cancel it. Just like they did Talking Smack. And they just canceled the Edge and Christian show on the WWE Network. I don't know why. I thought it was fantastic. I laughed. It felt organic. I felt like they were having a good time doing it. Their personalities just came through the television. But WWE is in this phase where they want to kill off all these shows that, you know, take a dip into exposing the product even more. You got your own fucking superstars on Twitter exposing the fucking product. I don't understand what the big deal is. People like to see that. People want to see real. People want to see organic. So I don't get why WWE has to overly produce everything and just take that organic, authentic feel away. Nothing surprising happens. And when something does surprising happen, you know, when something does happen that is surprising, we all kind of know about it already because it's too predictable. With Kurt Angle, right? Everybody was like, well, what could the big reveal be? You know, hours before the show, people were throwing out Jason Jordan's name or Chad Gable's name. It's like, you know, you're already narrowing it down to fucking one or two things. It doesn't really feel special. And then when it does happen, yep, everybody was right. Everybody was right. I want to watch the show and see something revealed and nobody was right. I'm like, wow, that was a real fucking nice, surprising angle that WWE pulled over our eyes. Nothing is surprising. Nothing is organic anymore. I think that's why I like NXT. NXT to me feels real. NXT to me, week to week, feels organic. It feels natural. Things just flow, and it's just the way it is. The show just feels vastly different from what I'm watching on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, I feel like I'm watching an overly produced movie. I feel like I'm watching a Michael Bay production. And Michael Bay is fucking terrible. It's just overly scripted and overly fucking produced. Give me a break, man. And right down to the fucking camera angles. Just right down to the feeling of the shows. Down to the fucking announcers that just spew scripted bullshit. You know? The Punjabi prison match. You got Byron Saxton on the announce team on Tuesday night spewing bullshit that Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton went through a war in the Punjabi prison. What fucking war? Did we watch the same match? Did we watch the same fucking match as you? What are you talking about? The match was fucking terrible. What war? There was no blood. They battled over a fucking door for about 15 minutes. They didn't use the cage as a weapon. They didn't do anything. What are went for a fucking kendo stick underneath the ring instead of using the brutal structure that is the Punjabi prison. And then Great Khali comes in, right? The Singh brothers are in there. What brutal war? Because somebody went through a fucking table? It's fucking bullshit. It's not real. It doesn't feel authentic. Why would you say something like that? It wasn't no fucking war. It was a joke. It was a goddamn joke. They try to sell you on something instead of fucking being real. Give me a break. Enough with this scripted bullshit. Enough with the overproduction of the shows. You watch Monday Night Raw during the Attitude Era, you don't feel that way. You got that feeling that anything can happen. That was WWE's motto on pay-per-view back in the day. Anything can happen in the WWE. Anything can happen on WWE pay-per-view. Now, we know what happens before it even happens. People are booking storylines 3 months out, and what happens? Everything that we discussed. I should not be able to predict the Money in the Bank briefcase winner 6 months out. Give me a break. It's fucking ridiculous. Bischoff is right. Bischoff is exactly right in his sentiment about what he would change about the show. I wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Eric Bischoff. Finally, guys, before we get into the mailbag, before we get into the sub-stories and the Patreon shoutouts, one last story here to close off the script part 3. Bray Wyatt entering the Universal title picture after SummerSlam. Possible feud with Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt won his first WWE Championship earlier this year, and he walked into WrestleMania as, believe it or not, the WWE Champion. However, many people consider his title run to be a failure, and Wyatt was not involved in the WWE Universal title match since being moved to Monday Night Raw, or the title picture, to be exact. Wyatt has expressed frustration with the position in the company. WWE officials may have heard his cries because his position is expected to change, and we kind of sense that. 2 wins over Seth Rollins, clean wins, mind you, and then moving on to another feud without even Seth Rollins getting an opportunity to get his win back. Kind of shows you that WWE is, you know what, probably listening to Bray Wyatt and saying, all right, we'll make it up to you. Because 2 wins over a guy like Seth Rollins and then both men moving on to something else shocked the fuck out of me. It's being reported that Bray will finally enter the Universal title picture after SummerSlam. I don't know how true this is. Please take this with a grain of salt. I don't think so, but it's being reported. In fact, his recent wins over Seth Rollins on Raw and the WWE Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view were designed to give a boost of momentum to Wyatt heading into SummerSlam. WWE officials are pushing Wyatt into a position to begin a rivalry with Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar after SummerSlam concludes. There's been a lot of speculation regarding the Universal Championship match at the event, which we finally got a fatal 4-way. So predicting the winner of the match at SummerSlam isn't easy right now. Could be anybody. WWE can keep the title on Lesnar. They could give it to Reigns. Joe, to me, is the perfect candidate for the Universal Championship. Most people right now are expecting Roman Reigns to walk out of Brooklyn the new Universal Champion. On paper, that means WWE officials are planning Bray Wyatt to be Roman Reigns' first challenger if he wins the championship at SummerSlam next month. Reigns and Wyatt have a lot of history together over the past few years. The two feuded for most of 2015, but it was Roman who came out on top and became the WWE Champion afterward. The big dog and the eater of worlds could rekindle their rivalry, but this time for the Universal Championship. We all wanted to see Lesnar versus Wyatt back when, and that was canceled before WrestleMania 32. Their dynamic could be something extremely interesting if it does happen. Bray Wyatt's title reign as the WWE Champion was short-lived. It was frustrated both by Wyatt and the WWE fans because everybody knows how capable the man is in the ring and how much he could be to WWE programming. The WWE Universe will not be thrilled to see Wyatt feud with Reigns after SummerSlam, only to put him over. However, it'll be one more chance for the Eater of Worlds to prove himself as a main event star at the top of the WWE ladder on Raw. It's only a matter of time before Bray is given a real chance to carry WWE's richest prize in the game. None of that interests me at all. I don't see Bray Wyatt anywhere near the Universal Championship picture. I think Finn Balor should be, first and foremost, ahead of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has done nothing to warrant himself getting a Universal Championship title match. And God forbid we see Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt main eventing Monday Night Raw. I mean, again, this goes back to what Eric Bischoff says. That is not fucking what we want. That is not unpredictable. We've seen it already. You want people to tune in week to week. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns is not going to be something that's going to make people tune in week to week. In fact, you're going to be losing viewers. Because as soon as SummerSlam is over and you see Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt again for the fucking umpteenth time, only difference is Reigns is the Universal Champion, and then you got Monday Night Football starting in September. Nobody's going to watch Monday Night Raw. So WWE going into Monday Night Football season, they better come up with a fucking plan. And it better not include Bray Wyatt at the top of the card. And Roman Reigns. You need something new. Something new is not Roman Reigns. Samoa Joe is the man to win the Universal Championship. That's just me. But as far as Finn Balor goes, Finn Balor, to me, most certainly ahead of Bray Wyatt in the line for a Universal Championship. If Reigns is to win the title, I wouldn't mind seeing Reigns and Finn Balor fight for the championship. I mean, Finn Balor's due a championship match, isn't he? One-on-one. He still hasn't gotten his one-on-one rematch for the Universal Championship since being injured. People seem to have forgotten that. So I don't know what's going on. Brock Lesnar, he's got dates fulfilled with WWE through Monday Night Raw and their brand exclusive No Mercy pay-per-view in September. We don't know what is going on with Brock Lesnar. So as far as I'm concerned, Bray Wyatt probably is not even going to be a factor in the Universal Championship. So according to me, and my opinion, this report is bullshit. Bray Wyatt is not going to be anywhere near the Universal Championship picture. The top of the card right now on Monday Night Raw is heavily stacked. Reigns, Strowman, Lesnar, even though he's part-time, Lesnar, right? Strowman, Reigns, Lesnar, Joe. You got Balor. That's a big-time fucking top of the card there. You want to include Wyatt? Fine. But I don't see Wyatt beating the Demon at SummerSlam. And by that fact alone, Wyatt's going to move down a notch. Balor's going to be ahead of Wyatt. It's going to be interesting. I say Joe. I say Joe and Balor at the end of the year. That's WWE's main title feud on Monday Night Raw. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Or you want to include Reigns, Joe and Reigns. Whatever. All I know is Samoa Joe, to me, should be the Universal Champion leaving SummerSlam. It's a perfect opportunity for them. No questions. Brock Lesnar's not going to be there, right? Through No Mercy, through September, he's not going to be there from September on until at least the Royal Rumble. You need someone to fill his boots. There's nobody in that match better suited, legit, right now, that's perfect for the Universal Championship than Samoa Joe. You don't want to give it to Strowman too soon. Too soon. I say you save Strowman and Lesnar for WrestleMania. Joe is the man to bring that legitimacy back to Monday Night Raw, to bring the title back to Monday Night Raw full time, and challenge everybody on that roster while maintaining that momentum, elevating him as the most dominant heel in the company. That's what I would do. So we'll see what happens, man. Bray Wyatt, to me, not going to be anywhere near the WWE Universal Championship picture on Monday Night Raw. And that is all the news for part 3 of Off the Script. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys are showing love to all the sponsors down below. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys fill out all the information and support the show through Audible. 1 free audiobook just for listening tonight. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Use coupon code JD17 at checkout. capbeast.com. Use coupon code JD10 if you guys are in the market for custom-made hats, logos, beanies, caps, whatever, man. Custom design, Cap Beast has got you covered. Coupon code JD10 at checkout for 10% off. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below and that bell for your notifications, man. I am JD. Thank you so much. Let's aim for another 1,200 likes on this part 3 of Off the Script. Make it a great Sunday. I will see you guys immediately with the mailbag. This is the conclusion of part 3 of Off the Script. If you guys care for the sub-stories are coming up. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all on Monday with a brand new week of content right here on the channel. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week for Off the Script, episode 181. I'll talk to you later. Before we get into the subscriber stories, man, I want to thank everybody for a great month of July as we head into August. You guys are fucking unbelievable with the amount of support for the Patreon page. I know I'm still trying to get things worked out. I definitely want to get the Beer Goons up as soon as possible. It's just Joe's schedule right now is on and off each and every week because he's got the kids, he's got the wife, he's home. You know, he's got to do things around the house. He's got to watch the kids and all that. So finding time to do Beer Goons is a little nerve-wracking for me because I did just put it up as a $5 tier. I may actually just put up an episode on my own talking about just random shit. If you guys want to listen to that, or if you guys have any interest in that, I could certainly do that, man. I could get a whole fucking variety pack of beer. I could just do fucking beer tasting for you guys. You know, just shoot the shit. Go over my knowledge of beer. What it was like for me to brew beer with my friend Eric, that first experience that we had just brewing beer here in the apartment. We could talk about that type of thing. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But trying to get Joe on the same page with me, I know I was busy the last couple of Wednesdays. Out of nowhere, it didn't happen. And then I texted him. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's try and go live on Thursday with Out of Nowhere. That didn't happen. Let's do Beer Goons recording this week. That didn't happen. I might actually just go to the supermarket and get a variety pack of beers and just fucking do a taste testing. So we'll see what we can do with that. I want to make sure you guys are getting your fucking money's worth. As far as Off the Script Retro, I had a few people DM me on Twitter. IRW Network, I don't know what the fuck is going on with IRW Network. I may actually pull out of the whole fucking thing. The website is still free. People are still viewing content for free. Our creators there aren't really making any money. It's supposed to be a subscription-based service in which people pay a limited amount per month to listen to extra content. It was supposed to be a way for us content creators to have a new home in light of the YouTube adpocalypse. But they're still getting things squared away. The entire website is still free. Everybody on there is got access to everything. So I haven't really uploaded there. I got 2 videos or 2 podcasts on there, Off the Script Retro, which is also available on the Patreon page. We did the 92 Royal Rumble and we did WrestleMania 8. People are asking, JD, where's episode 3? I got episode 3 ready to go. I got my notes ready to go. I'm waiting on IRW Network to put the paywall up so that we can actually start uploading content there. I don't want to give away free shit. I don't want to give away free shit unless I completely just move it to the Patreon page and just leave it as a Patreon exclusive. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. The holdup with Off the Script Retro, number 3, is IRW Network. You know? So I don't know what's going on with that. Like I said, I got my notes ready to go. I'm ready to get this thing going. But I'm waiting on IRW Network. They haven't put the paywall up. They haven't paid its producers and content creators yet. So I don't know what's going on. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm going to give it a couple more days. If I don't hear anything back, because I did email them. If I don't hear anything back, I'll let you guys know if I'm moving Off the Script Retro to Patreon only exclusive. And the only way you guys are going to be able to listen to that is through the Patreon page. So we'll see what happens with that. But I want to thank everybody for a great month of July. Patreon's going crazy in July, man. We have, what do we got here, man? We kind of evened out at the end of the month. We kind of evened out. We lost some people, and we got some new people. But we kind of evened out at the end of the month. We didn't gain, we didn't lose, which is good. I understand people go through some stuff, but as long as we're even, man, we're still right where we were at the beginning of July, now that we're at the end of July. We got Jimmy Skaggs pledging $25. He raised it from $10 to $25. Good on you, bro. Thank you so much. Kevin Alvarado pledged $5. Nikos from Greece pledging $1. Chris Moust pledging $1. Ian Wiggins pledging $1. Brandon Berard pledging $1. Ted Lee pledging $5. Derek Earl McCabe pledging $5. We got Jim Green, you fucking beast. He raised his pledge from $3 to $6.66. CJ Bradley pledging $5. We got Chauncey Crenshaw pledging $5. Jess W. raising from $3 to $6.78. Rather an odd number, but You get a round of applause. Thank you so much, Jess. Jeremy Richard Wing, pledging $5. Shanta Hughes, raising their pledge from $3 to $5. Terry L. Stockton Jr., pledging $5. You guys are fucking beasts. That is the Patreons for the week. Thank you guys so very much. If you guys want to pledge to the Patreon page, you guys can certainly do that, man. Patreon.com/JD Early access to Off the Script every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Some of you love that early access because you're working overnight. You're working late hours. I'm bored as fuck. I got nothing to listen to, and there's JD in the Patreon with Off the Script before anybody else, man. That's fucking beast. That's clutch. So if you guys are interested in that, that's what you get. All you got to do is pledge $1. You got access to Off the Script and access to my Discord chat. So that is fucking beast. Discord is great. Lots of good people in there talking WWE, talking the topics that we talk about on Off the Script. If you guys want to raise a $3 pledge, Off the Script Retro is $3 pledge. Plus you get everything I already mentioned. $5 is going to be Beer Goons. So I might just take Beer Goons under my own wing for now until Joe gets back with me. $5, you guys are going to get Beer Goons, audio podcast, video podcast. You guys are going to get Off the Script Retro and everything else I mentioned previously to that. So if you guys want to pledge, man, thank you so much. Patreon.com/JD206. As little as $1 a month goes a long way, man. This podcast gets 60 to 70,000 views every single weekend. If we get $1 from everybody listening to the show, we would say, go fuck yourself. YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support on the Patreon page. Let's get into the subscriber stories, man. This is kind of like a mailbag. It's kind of like a mailbag. You guys email me how you feeling, what you think of the show. You guys talk to me personally. You guys welcome it to be read on the show. It's kind of like a mailbag, but not for wrestling like a Solid Monster does or like a Justin LaBar does. I take everybody's personal stories. I read 2 or 3 of them on the show. We just feel like a big happy family, and we just go over how people feel about the show, man. How you feeling, whether you're down, why you find the show to be important to your life. You know, you guys find trust in me. You guys welcome me into your families, and you guys open up to me as far as sub-stories go. If you guys want to email me, at JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com. You guys can do that, man. JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com if you guys want to get in your subscriber stories each and every Sunday right here at the end of the podcast. We're going to start off here with this one staring me right in the face. This one's from Alkin. He's writing in on July 28th at 11:53 a.m. Alkin, or Al if you want. And I'm writing from Miami. I love Miami, bro. I can't wait to go visit Miami again, though I can't stand the humidity. Hey, JD, long fan. Been watching since the Skanger Skag days. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Skanger, Skag, and Jerry McChicken, man. Fucking legends on the channel. I started watching WWE again around the time the draft was about to start, and I was excited to see the brand split back. So am I. I think the brand split right now is needed. They just got to fine-tune it. And they don't got to steer away from just having these logic gaps in their storylines. How did Jason Jordan get to Monday Night Raw from SmackDown Live? How did Renee Young get to Monday Night Raw from SmackDown Live? Why is she on both shows? Why is John Cena a free agent? You know, things like that. I remember one of my favorite YouTubers does Raw reviews and news and rumors, and now I'm a bigger fan than I ever was. JD, after shitty days at school or just a crappy day in general, it is so good to see you in my sub box for a new Raw review, SmackDown Live review, or an Off the Script. Thank you to you, Joe Cronin, Steven Larson. You made me find the love I had for wrestling when I was a kid again. And I just want to tell you thanks for all the tears of laughter and making a horrible day better. P.S. South Beach has one of the best chicken sandwiches that Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe love to eat. And don't forget about the pine trees with its fine wood. There you go. Al from Miami. Thank you, brother. Skanger Skag days, man. You've been a long time goon. I appreciate that, man. Not many people remember the Skanger Skag days, but those were the days, man. Those were the days where things were good and fun, and now things are just fucking ridiculous and stressful and just a bunch of bullshit, man. But thank you guys so much for emails like this, like Al's. I mean, if you guys look to me to find positivity in your day, that means the most to me, man. It's more to me than a Twitter follow, a fucking YouTube subscribe, a Patreon, a donation, anything, man. That's what means the most to me. I will always be in your sub box. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to make that crappy day, whether you have a crappy day or not. Whether you guys have good days and you find it difficult to smile. I have many of those days, man. I will be there to at least do a Kevin Dunn or a chicken sandwich or a fucking, whatever. Or rant. A rant. Most of my rants are venomous, but there's always a smile behind those rants because I know I'm, just playing it up a bit. But I will always be there to be who you guys expect. And that is JD telling you how it is, making a joke, cracking a joke, entertaining you guys. Not going anywhere, man. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for emailing me and sharing your story right here on Off the Script. Moving on, man. We got one from Jaden. Jaden's writing in on the 27th of July at 3:24 p.m. Hey, JD, I'm Jaden. You may know me. I am a 14-year-old kid who lives in St. Louis, Missouri. I live in an apartment with my mom and my older brother. I am pretty much a normal kid who loves NBA, NFL, and WWE. But in December, something really hurt me. My grandfather passed away from heart failure. It really hurt me because the last time I seen him was 2013, so that's 4 years. My grandfather passed away in 2014. So it's 3 years I have without my grandpa. I wish I could have seen him often, but my mother never had a car, so it was tough. I hated to see my mom in so much pain. The funeral was very sad. And when I left, I prayed to God something like this won't happen again. So as the months went by, it's May 25th, 10 p.m. It was a pretty chill day for me because I graduated from the 8th grade the day before. I will be a freshman this upcoming August. Can't wait. So on that day, my mom gets a call, and all I hear is her screaming. Me and my brother went to go check on her, and she told us that our cousin got killed. My body just dropped, and I couldn't function. I swear to God, JD, I thought I was dreaming. It was really painful. The funeral was really sad. So many people showed up. Everybody was in tears. It was by far the worst day of my life. Every day I wake up, I think that he's still here. The day before he got killed, he came to my graduation and gave me a motivational speech and told me to follow my dream of being an NBA analyst or an NFL analyst. I want to be a WWE ring announcer. I've been working on that the past couple of days. JD, thank you for everything that you do. You make me laugh each and every day. I've been subscribed since July 4th, 2016 when I watched your review, and I was dying laughing. Thank you, JD, for everything, and hopefully you see me on NXT or Raw or SmackDown Live ring announcing. I know this story may be long, and if you don't read it, I understand. By the way, my name is Jaden R 2002. My name on Twitter is Jaden Rogers, and also YouTube Jaden Rogers. I'd love to meet you someday, but I just don't know how. But thank you, man, and have a safe and happy life. Jaden, I'm sorry to hear all that, brother. I'm sorry to hear about your cousin. I know that's not something easy. You know, I said the same thing when I was at my grandfather's funeral. That was probably the most saddest I've ever felt. You know, I didn't think I would ever have to go through that. My dad's mom passed away when I was in the 6th grade. I did not attend the funeral. My parents kind of kept it from me because they didn't want us to be upset because we were close to that side of the family. Didn't go to her funeral. Like I said, my parents kept it away from us. They didn't want us as small children to see that type of thing at a young age. But as I got older, you know, I was kind of staying clear of all the funerals and the deaths. I never really experienced a death in the family until my grandfather. I know I explained this story a few times. You know, going to the funeral, I couldn't stop crying. And then by the second wake, by the time that concluded, it was like 9 o'clock. We all got out of the funeral parlor, and you know, my mom broke down in the middle of the street. You know, she was fucking calm as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber. Cool as the other side of the pillow. During the entire 2 wakes. As soon as we leave the funeral parlor, and the funeral is the next day, at St. Benedict's Church here in the Bronx, she broke down, which was sad. And then after the funeral was over, we went to the burial site. We all kind of congregated together as a family at this beautiful Italian restaurant in the Bronx, and we just celebrated my grandpa's life. From there, I didn't feel sadness because I was around everybody, but I think about him every day. I think about him every year when all the major holidays come. My grandpa's birthday, May 4th, just passed recently. Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. But I always told myself I hope I never go through that again, but I know I will. Whether it's with someone in the family, a friend, a pet. This is something that we have to anticipate. It's unavoidable. All I can tell you is remember what he told you. Remember what he told you, and remember the speech that he gave you at your graduation. You want to be a fucking NBA analyst, man, you go and be a fucking NBA analyst. You want to be an NFL analyst, you go be an NFL analyst. You want to be a WWE ring announcer, you go and do that, man. You go and do that. Don't let anything like this ruin you. Don't. I live every day thinking about what my grandfather has taught me, and I want you to do the same thing with your cousin. And hopefully we can meet someday, man. I know you're 14. Hopefully I'll see you on NXT. That's where you want to be. But follow your dreams, man. Really, follow your dreams, and make sure you take what your cousin told you and you don't let him down, because he is watching. I know my grandpa's watching, and I know your cousin's watching. So take that, use it, keep it to heart, and make him proud. Seriously. Moving on here, man. We got one more. We got one more here. We got one from... I don't want to do a long one. I'll save the long ones for next week. I got ones from Terry Stockton. I got one from Chase. Let me see. I want to pick something here. Let's do Kadeem. Kadeem Green. He writes in on July 24th, 8:19 p.m. Hello, JD. My name is Kadeem. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. I've been a subscriber since February 2016, and I have to say you brought me through some tough times. My entire life, my grandmother took care of me because I had non-existent mother. And I'm also a patient of sickle cell disease, and I'm getting treatment. Last year, I found out my grandmother was migrating, and this made me super depressed, knowing she was leaving me with my lousy mom. A few weeks later, I found out I was supposed to be migrating, but my mom refused to sign a paper so my grandma could adopt me and take me with her. Now I'm stuck here with my mom, having to take care of myself, but my grandmother is sending money for me. During this dark time, your videos are one of the few positives in my life. I would like to say thank you for you and all your content. P.S. Could you do a Kevin Dunn impression of when he meets Kairi Sane and Hideo Itami? I don't know if my voice is going to be able to handle that right now, man, because my voice is a little sore, but I'm going to try my best. I don't know what to say about Hideo Itami. I'm going to go the basic route here. NXT? We don't watch NXT, man, because they're not fans of the Roman Empire. Triple H, he's the man with the big nose. Fuck that guy. Kairi Sane, she's the pirate. Pirates are made of wood. Don't they have, like, wooden legs and wooden arms? Kairi Sane, she's the pirate princess. That means she's got to know where the buried treasure is, and the buried treasure is wood. Hideo Itami, isn't he, like, good friends with, what? He's good friends with, Nakamura? There you go. Thank you, Kadeem Green from Jamaica. Awesome that I got a fucking listener from Jamaica, man. That's fucking awesome. But I hope you get better, man. I don't know the effects of sickle cell disease. I don't know how that affects your life. So if you want to write me a follow-up email, tell me how you're feeling. Keep me up to date on your illness, and hopefully the treatment that you're getting is one that's positive, and you can go on to live a happy and healthy life. Sorry to hear about your relationship with your mother, man. My mother's my best friend. If I didn't have my mother, I don't know where I'd be, man. I hope at some point in your life you can mend your relationship with your mother, because your mother is your most important person in your life, man. I know things don't always work out that way to some people. I'm glad that you have your grandmother that you can confide in and have her take care of you while, you know, you're living with your mother. But I hope at one point, man, that you do reconcile with your mother, because that's a relationship you don't want to have tarnished for the rest of your life. I can't imagine being without my mom at all. But I appreciate the kind words, man, that my videos are bringing positive to your life, and I hope that they continue to bring positive to your life. And like I said, if you want to keep me up to date, write me a follow-up email on how you're feeling and what's going on with the relationship with your grandmother and your mother. Please feel free to email me, man. JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com. And that concludes Off the Script, guys. Thank you so very much. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you to everybody that sent in subscriber stories. Next week, we'll do the same on part 3 of Off the Script. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll be back with some more Call of Duty gameplay on Monday. Monday Night Raw review. Hopefully, we'll get a review done on Monday night. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys up to date. Follow me on Twitter for all news and information regarding the channel, man. JD from NY206 on Twitter. Thank you guys so very much for opening up to me with subscriber stories. Thank you once again to all the Patreons, and I'll see you guys right back here on part 3 for episode 181 of Off the Script. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you all on Monday afternoon.